On September 26, 2016, we all got to witness the first presidential debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. My personal opinion on the debate was that it was probably one of the worst debates that I've seen. And me being only 21 years old, I haven't seen many debates, but this one definitely does not compare to the ones that I have seen in the past. It was obvious that Hillary did do better than Donald Trump, but at the same time, both parties didn't really address questions as well as they should have. It was a kind of back and forth type of pointing thing, like, well, yeah, I do this, but you do this worse, or I said this, but you also said that, so it's worse than what I said, like something like that. It wasn't really what we should expect from a presidential debate. I think the lack of discussion about political policy and focus on personal scandal reflects a shift in American values.
I don't think it's a shift in American values. I think it's the way that the race has been framed. Okay. So, in terms, I'll try to address, I guess, both sides. So, in terms of, first off, I teach public policy, so I'm really interested in the policy issues as opposed to kind of the politics and the personality stuff. I thought Trump's strongest point and most important one was talking about trade and trade policy and how that impacts jobs. And I thought that was the reason why, and I think a lot of commentators pointed this out too, that he seemed to do well at the very beginning because he did talk about a substantive issue about trade and trade policy. In terms of Clinton, I really don't think she talked a lot about policy. I think she focused more on Trump's attributes, his temperament, his personality, and things like that. I think that worked from a debate point of view, but in terms of what she's actually going to do, I don't think it helps a voter understand sort of affirmatively what positive changes she'll make to make things better. She talked a little bit about free college tuition and things like that, but not enough, I think, on the jobs and the economy, which is what people are most interested in. Now, what was the other part of the question you were asking?
What do you think the country most needs out of the next presidential candidate?
Well, I think that what you saw in both parties, so the reason Sanders did much better than expected and why Trump won, is there's been kind of a revolt against the elites. The feeling, I think, two common threads. One is that the system's rigged, the political system's rigged, that the donor class framed.
How do you feel about Trump's thoughts on the stop and frisk policy?
I can't say that I've paid that much attention to it. I think that it's problematic from what I know, and I don't have a lot of expertise in that arena. But there's with any policy, there's trade-offs, and the idea of stop and frisk seems to probably go beyond, and it really depends on how they implement it, but go beyond the rights of it'll violate the rights of some folks who are being stopped and frisked, especially given the kind of profiling that gets done by the police and sort of if it was done in sort of an equal opportunity way, it would be one thing, but it's not, I think.
Yeah.
And so as a result, I think it's going to be biased when it gets implemented.